I hope things went well this morning.
Very well. Jade has a bit of a smoke smile on her face.
Glad to hear it. It is starting to get on a bit, so we should not waste any more time. Today's training, as we have assessed from yesterday's little sparring session, will be in twofold. We'll see how much we get through today. But first off, we are going to be doing some clone training. And Hinaga here has been gracious enough to help us in this endeavor. So, if you'd all like to make your way here into the dojo, we will get your task. If there's anything you need to prepare, please do so now.
Yeah, Jade will make her way down immediately.
So, Seto, I know everyone else here has met Hinaga in his dragon form, but have you seen this
Nope.
guy before?
No.
Okay. So, yeah, you have definitely met Hinaga Tenshiro. You know the name. You met him in the courthouse back in Taton, and he was here during the opening ceremony. But as you all walk in and he greets you, he will sort of nod to each of you with recognition. But when he gets to you, Seto, he will say, "A pleasure to finally meet you in a more comfortable form."
Do we know each other?
Yes, yes, of course. I believe we met in Taton, and he will um you'll see him gesture to the side where there is some armor sitting on the side that is quite beautifully presented. It is like on a proper armor stand, and you'll recognize the armor that he was wearing. But it seems like it is just on display here at the moment.
Oh. Oh. What? Oh. Shit. So you are. Oh. Huh? Okay, I think I get it. Hello. Fuck me.
Gears turn slow in Seto's head.
What do you say, Jun?
Oh, what? I didn't say anything.
Well,
Well,
nice
I
to meet
suppose
you
you
in
were.
your.
I suppose you were a mere hatchling last time we met. Seeing as we are coming together for some training for the first time, I am Hinaga Tenshiro, the Topaz Champion. A pleasure to meet you, Lord Shiba, and what was it, Nanashi, your squad name, I heard?
Yes, it was.
Well, I look forward to betting on you in the coming events. Shall we make sure that you'll be ready?
Well, hopefully we can, and we can learn more today.
Well, today's training is going to revolve around using clones. I've heard you've all gotten to grips with using your first jutsus and your sword techniques, but using clones is something I'm sure you are going to encounter a lot in the coming days, and it is good to know how to not only cast them, but how to maintain them at mass. So, today's challenge, I would like you all to conjure as many clones as possible with your given nature releases. So, I'm sure you know what elements you have affinities with. If you can cast a clone using those, see how many you can make, and then I'm going to get you to face off against one another. However, it seems we are a little odd numbered today. No, we are not. Someone's gonna have to go up against Z. Sorry for Z.
I volunteer to fight Z.
Oh, fuck you, June.
This is when Z's like, oh, I've been training. You see her like just acting cool, but you know she doesn't stand a chance.
I can see her just pushing up her glasses.
Yeah, it's just her, like the sun hat that she wears. She's just like slides her hand along the rim. There's a little spark that comes off of it. What's his name from Mortal Kombat? Kung Lao.
Yeah.
It actually is Kung Lao, yeah.
Actually, Z just got an idea. She's like, oh shit, I should put a paid on this. That'd be sick. Maybe that's part of her die show. But yeah, so all of you have got clone techniques, and each of you has got some very specific ones, very special ones. So I'd like you to go and take a look through that, and then let me know who the first pair is going to be, as it'll be up to you to decide. But the main goal here is to see how many clones you can conjure before sending them against each other. You guys should not actually be fighting each other. It's a clone fight. So, yeah.
We
Any
are
questions?
cloning ourselves to be making sure.
Yes.
Can we only use our main? Like our main ring, or can we use all of the rings?
So yeah, that's what he was saying, is to use your main ring is kind of
Okay.
the idea. But you might be able to do multiple rounds. Though what I've got set up is basically your main ring. So I think, though, everyone's probably got basic shadow clones.
Yeah.
That's pretty low. I think that's like B rank void. So I'm sure you can all do that. That is not the point today. This is to try and test your main elemental thing, as he is trying to get you to learn how to control your chakra, and splitting it like this is definitely a good way of doing that. I'll say, Sakura, you were able to identify that, just like having been schooled in many different ways. And you would know that no one in the Blue Dragon clan is particularly good at that, which is maybe why they've asked Hinaga here to train you. But yeah, if you've got any questions about what element is supposed to be, you might, maybe you can't find what the actual ring is, but that's also kind of up to you which one you want to use. I know some of you got multiple options.
So when it says you can't use class features, does that mean you can't use any spellcasting or anything with them? Like basic cantrips and stuff.
Spells or anything at all that the class gives you.
Darn, okay.
You
Well,
can be bonus action like cunning action for rogue, you can't use it.
yeah, I think it's referring more to those kinds of things that are like you can't divine smite, or like I think your warlock invocations don't come into play, but they can still cast spells. Some of them, like some of them can cast only jutsu related to that element, but I think your multi-shadow clones can use spells. I have set them up with the things that they are able to use, so when you conjure one, you'll have a sheet that you can actually use, and it's got everything that's available. I have, like, one of the main things is that clones can't make other clones, or like summoning magic is basically the thing that doesn't work with clones, but everything else is pretty much fair game.
Okay.
there's also usually a limitation on how high of a level they can use. And like it probably says C rank or something, but then that relates to a level of spell as well. So that's where the limit will be set.
Sweet.
Sakura would be the person to ask about how that relates, like how it compares to arcane spells.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay.
What rank is the Void Ring cloning one? If there is one.
It might be D rank.
Regular one is C, the Shadow Clone.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I found the cloning technique that allows me to use class features.
Yeah, this is a place to sort of play with them and test them out. So yeah, don't be shy about using them. It's also about finding your limit, Hinako will say. So conjure as many as you can without knocking yourself out is basically the idea. And then you will see how far your chakra can stretch. Then after that, we may be able to teach you how to channel more chakra. Though first we must see where your limits lie.
But if the challenge is to conjure as many clones as possible, would that not be a detriment as people would conjure weaker clones instead of their stronger clones that cost more chakra?
Be right back.
Well, that is the challenge, to see how many you can conjure with the chakra that you have, because remember, chakra is something that can be replenished, and once you figure out what that limit is, then you know how much. When you learn how to charge chakra, you will know how much you need in order to use your most powerful techniques efficiently. Depending on the type of clone, separating yourself multiple times doesn't necessarily have a detriment. I'm sure if you are familiar with the arcane techniques, you would be familiar with that, but those do create much more realistic clones, as it were. These jutsu are more like illusions and less like actual biological copies. It's a bit like a Sky's spell or an alter self versus a dragon's actual shape changing abilities. One is a lot more natural, and the other is more of a trick. So, Sakura, if you look at multi shadow clones, you will also notice that for every shadow clone you have, I think your AC goes up by one. So it it definitely isn't making you weaker, even though you'll spend chakra. It's like they won't know which is the real one and won't be able to hit
No,
you. So
she kind of means like if the challenge is to conjure as many clones as possible, wouldn't we summon our weaker clones instead because they cost less chakra and we can have more of the weaker clones than say multi shadow clones or wood clones and stuff, you know?
well, that's why we're here to train them. The multi shadow clone technique is generally the cheapest way of casting a lot of clones at once. Whereas if you can cast wood clones, those are much sturdier and may hold up better in battle. Every different clone has got their own pros and cons, which is why you are asked to use your most powerful elements to do so. We will pin them against each other, and we will see the capabilities of these clones. Some are better for distraction, others are better for, well, just being a
Destruction.
bomb.
You know, I think I may have figured out a cheat code. I'm not okay. I'm gonna actually say this about the chakra. It's called the fission technique or fissure. Wait, let me start. If you open it up again. Quickly open it up. It's a type of cloning technique.
Vision technique.
Yeah, fission technique. That's it.
A
Basically, you create a clone that's an exact copy of yourself, and you can use class features and stuff. At the end of the duration, the clone comes back to you and restores the current hit points it had and all sorts. But it doesn't say anywhere I can't use spells. I can use spell class features and stuff. So I could possibly use my pact magic that it has without me actually using it for the cost of 20 chakra or 28 hit.
But is that actually a clone technique?
It is. It's a type of clone technique.
Does
Well,
it have
actually,
the
no.
clone
It's
keyword?
actually no. Actually, no. It isn't a clone technique. Huh.
Yeah, that is that's more like an ooze splitting itself in two.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can definitely, that's your own body that is now two bodies. That's different.
Yeah.
That's more like a simulacrum. And that's why that costs 20 chakra to do. That's like, if you you will see you've got a bunch of clone techniques that are like the clone arts, where it's like a misdirect, and there's a couple of moves you can do to command your clones to interact with the enemy and help you on the battlefield.
Yeah.
And those require the things that specifically call it a clone. That fission technique, I was like, oh shit, I missed that one. But I think that's more of a, that must be like A rank or S rank or something, surely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a much cooler technique than just a regular clone.
Yeah, it works very well with June's whole persona of,
Yeah.
elder god type of thing, just morphs into two.
And remember, you can flavor these things sort of as you like. Some of them are a little bit open to interpretation, but yeah, stuff like that, I can definitely picture June using things like that. But for this, for that same sort of vibe, you might want to look at like an ink clone. Have I added these all to your character sheet as spells, by the way?
Let me have a look.
Because I did add a bunch of them. Like, you may be able to sort through them a bit easier. Honestly, I got a bit lost in all the spells and might not have added everything.
Yeah, there's a couple here.
Yeah, DM for the clone fighting part. Is it possible to buff my clone like beyond the summoning of him itself? If I have something that can specifically target him. Oh, the clone, not the creature.
Yeah, I think you can do that. Yeah, the clone is a creature unto itself. It has
No,
its own
it's
limitations, but it can still be
yeah.
buffed and healed and whatnot.
No, because I'm using the earth one, and it's not a clone. It's not just a clone. It's an earthen construct, so it gives me a bit more options.
Yeah, the earthen construct that it refers to in the jutsu, that comes up with a lot of the earth jutsus.
Yeah, but the clone
Uh,
as well. He also counts, I believe.
Yeah, but I just mean that when it refers to an earthen construct like that, it just means it's a thing made of earth. It will still be a creature, but it's like a warforged is still a creature. It's just a construct as well. It's like a although warforged might be different, but that like if you think of like Avatar or something like that, when they lift a wall of earth, that is then an earthen construct, and that comes into play like if you use lightning. Lightning is good against those kinds of things, so that's more when that comes into play. You can definitely buff it like a creature.
Okay.
I guess it's a creature and an object.
As far
But
as I
yeah,
can see, I'm a bit lacking in the multiple clones department, at least from one jutsu.
Mm,
well, yeah, that's part of the point of this training. Some of you will be able to conjure as many clones. Some will be able to conjure very specialized clones. But who is going to step up to the bat first? As uh, you would be expected to take your positions on either side of this ring in front of you, and yeah, whoever steps into the ring and is ready, it's
Yeah,
like
I'll step in.
who's going to take on Jerry? Battle of clone.
The
Oh,
clone, not
God.
Jerry. It's fine. The
Alright,
clone.
I think I
Seto,
got
you're
it.
up. Oh, okay.
Did,
Are you going, Goliath?
I can. Do you want to?
I don't care.
Alright.
Quickly, how many clones can you concentrate on? What is it? Is it like a concentration thing?
It is, but it's like you can concentrate on two jutsus. So if you can summon 10 clones, I think as long as it's one jutsu, you're still concentrating on all of them with one jutsu.
Yeah, the multi shadow clone technique allows you. That's the one thing that you're concentrating on. And remember, you can also concentrate on two jutsu at once, so it doesn't have the same limitations as spells.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I think you can get up to like 20 clones with it. Like if you look at the clone techniques, they have numbers, and it goes up to like 20 plus is as high as it goes. Because honestly, if you've managed to summon more than 20 clones, it's like either making a nightmare for everyone on the battlefield, or it's like, yeah, you've got an army. Run. Yeah, that would be expensive to do. So if you just read through the clone technique, it should have wording on how many and how much it costs. We're not honestly at the moment. There is meant to be that when you're concentrating on a jutsu, you spend half the cost every turn that you're concentrating on it, which makes some of these jutsu actually as expensive as they should be. But I don't know. Do you guys actually want to do that? It feels like
Sounds
a lot of
complicated.
bookkeeping. Yeah.
I think it's more than complicated enough, honestly.
Yeah, I think we'll just run with regular concentration rules, but you can concentrate on two jutsu at once or one spell and one jutsu, and it's just free concentration. Like, honestly, if we're looking for balance in those mechanics right now, we're far past it. But June, you did miss that. Currently, uh,
Hmm?
I've had to kill the medical jutsu because you're spending hit points to get hit points. So the new rule is that you can only spend temporary hit points to use medical jutsu.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, I think I need like 50 temporary hit points to cast the medical jutsu I cast last time, so that's gonna be tricky. I have to figure out how
Well,
to get all the temporary
Oh,
hit
good.
points.
that's where the chakra. That's where the next step of this training will come in. So there will be a way to power up. But for now, we're going to see how much you've got to begin with as Elias and Jerry step up to the plate, and yeah, Elias, as you've got the higher decks, you are going to go first. What do you do as Hinaga gets himself ready to watch this and he says, well, I hope you'll know how to put those new toys to good use. I look forward to this one, Mr.
Whew. Alright, let's do this. I'll summon 2 paper clones and 2 water clones.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love the tokens.
Oh, that's the other thing. So you can summon these by opening your character sheet and going to the little companions section, and then there'll be a little effect that goes along with it. Okay. Well, at least we can tell which are the paper ones and which are the wood.
Okay.
Um,
It's
and
gonna
how
be
much?
embarrassing when I'm gonna summon a clone that isn't a shadow clone.
It's 8 chakra each for both of each clone.
Okay, and how many turns does that take you to actually summon them?
Oh,
Probably 2. I think it's an action.
yeah,
for you.
probably. Yeah, that seems right.
That's all right.
Okay,
I
let's
mean,
just
this is
store these 2 water clones for now.
no. I mean, look, you can take 2 turns. We're not in initiative order right now, but just bear that in mind. As yeah, you can stand there, and you. What does it look like as you summon these 4?
Just like both hands sort of pulling something up from the ground, and 2 paper clones just form out of like 1 piece of paper each, and it keeps unfolding and unfolding until 2 fully formed figures are there, and on the other, water seeping up from the ground until again 2 more.
Yeah, just pulling some of that water from the koi pond underneath as these 4 stand up in front of you. Hinaga will nod, um, squinting a little bit like he expected you might be able to make more than that. But he says, well, Jerry, shall we see what you've got?
Yes, so with action surge, it will take me 3 turns to do what I'm planning. But I'll summon 2 S rank Earth clones. Where's the Earth clone one?
Oh god, how did they? I might not have taken into account. You may have to change the stat box once you summon it.
Oh.
I don't know what upcasting it does.
It gives them more HP. So instead of 20, they will have 50.
Sorry, do you want to summon them or shall I just pop them down?
Oh, yeah, I wasn't exactly sure how. You can just put them down, just searching for the itself. Yeah, there we go. 2 of them. And what did I get it wrong? No, action surge. Yeah, 3 turns in total, and then I'll use something to beef them up. Oh no, I found it in the file, not here. Second. Yeah, it doesn't appear here, but it appears here.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you copy all of the Earth ones to the Earth ring, like from the file itself? Just making sure, because I looked at the file because it's easier to search.
Yeah, I think it's got the same ones that you've got. But up till I think I added all the ones that it should have. There may be more, but it can only be up to a certain rank.
Oh, there it is. I found it.
So they should be in their spell book.
an idiot. I'm not sure if I had it on me. I could have just done that quicker instead of making everyone wait.
Okay, so they each get
They start
Like
with
30
50
more
instead of
hit points.
20. Yeah. This jutsu.
just give
so
them
they
30 hit points.
yeah, they get even more temp hit points.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, and
So they each get an extra. Oh, that's a shitty roll. 7 temp HP. And extra damage when they attack, and reduce incoming damage by 1d8 plus 2. That's it.
okay. And what does it look like when you summon them?
I just like stand in the like in between here and just like place my hands on both sides of me and just like as if I'm grabbing them by the head and just raising them up from the ground. I'm not sure if it's like sand we're standing on or it looks like sand, at least to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just pulling them out of the sand and they just form as I pull them out.
All right. Yeah, this is quite a matchup, Hinako will say, as he says, looks like we've got rock versus paper and water. But he looks at Elias and he says, what? Let's not underestimate. After all, a river can cut through any mountain. So let us see what these clones can do. And yeah, you will each get basically, you'll each get a turn now. Going back to Elias, as what would you like to command your clones to do? As basically the point is to leave each other out of this, but if the clones require, like if it buffs you, then maybe we'll have to rethink it. But right now, it's clone fighting.
Not gonna lie. I didn't realize you could cast USNS Dragon, and that's really fucked me up. I think I've lost this already. But I'm just man. Yeah, I'm going to command them to attack this.
Yeah, sorry if I'm interrupting. DM, can I change the stats of the F clones themselves?
You should be able to. If you double click on the tokens, you should be able to get the character sheet.
Oh, there we go. Just AC should be a bit higher.
So it's pretty much only clone on clone fighting right now. Just making double
Yeah.
sure. Sweet.
Yeah, that's the idea, though. If it's like, as I was saying, if you're using the clone arts that buff you, then maybe just make sure you're going up against someone that's doing that too. So, is your, I don't think, hold on, is your
It's
save DC 20?
yeah. Maybe we didn't. I don't think I probably didn't update the sheet itself. I got the amulet.
No, oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to update the sheet.
Cool,
I
yeah,
didn't update it.
I'll change that in the main thing. But yeah, for now, Elias, which ones are you sending to attack?
My paper boys.
So, set to ask if we can use 18 rounds. I don't know.
Hey, it
You
takes
what?
a while. It takes a
Depends
while.
depends how patient your opponent is. I think.
Sure.
Start punching you like immediately after the first one round.
That is very anime to just be like, just give me a second to charge up.
Yeah.
Like 6
Yeah.
episodes.
Except it's like, just give me like a solid 2 minutes to charge up.
Let me explain my plan and don't touch me while I'm doing it.
No, this is something I want to implement in these battles: is have a conversation mid, like mid initiative. Just explain all the plans and call out everything your enemy's doing. And like, I should just post it in the chat and have one of you read the description of the spell. Like, oh my god, he's doing this. Yeah, uh, Elias, sorry, we keep interrupting you. What are you doing?
No, it's no worries. I'm just reading through all of this. Yeah, we can do this. Oh wow, this is a massive fucking. Oh,
To see that target going all over the place.
oh, I see. I see. Okay, okay. I'm. I'm. Jerry, do you mind just not taking damage from this?
I'll move down here. It's fine.
Yep, that's good. There we go. So, would you kindly have them make a
You press damage, it should
automatic?
as entered.
Awesome.
1 second, because the saves are a bit different with them. That's the first one. He failed. And the second one, it's a dex, right? It didn't get it wrong. Yeah, dex.
Yes, Dex.
And the second one, 16, 18. Oh, wait, yeah, 18. I think he failed as well.
18 is the DC, so
So
I
one,
think
the upper
it's-
one succeeds and the bottom one fails. Wait, the other way around. Guy
Okay,
here
yeah,
failed.
that makes sense. So the one getting hit in blank takes the damage, and then what happens on a success?
on a success,
Half damage, it says.
just half.
Yes. Okay, nice. So 21 to the top.
Yeah, we'll roll. They take 1d8 less, 1d8 plus 2 less damage on all attacks. Unless it's only piercing, so yeah. So the upper one takes 5 less damage, and the bottom one takes 8 less damage.
Okay, I'll apply that. What does this look like as you? Elias?
As the two baby clones just come to surround that top Earth clone, one of them summons. Well, does a lot of hand signal and summons a massive. I don't actually know what what the spell is. Couple of hand signals, and all of a sudden, many paper needles just shoot from the sky and carpet the ground in that long straight line.
Very nice. What about the other one?
The other one, oh shit, because they can both. Oh,
Well, I don't actually. You'll have to. We'll check how that works. Some of them can't actually be commanded to attack. Some of them are just support, but I think these ones definitely can.
oh, I just thought it was a thing of they both make one. Hang on, let me actually just go back to this. If a paper clone casts a duty that requires more than one attack roll, no.
Oh, you're right. If multiple clones attack the same creature, you don't make multiple attack rolls. You instead choose a lead clone, and it gains 1d4 to its damage rolls.
So you
Okay,
get
each
the
clone.
1d4.
Yep. Nice.
So an extra 4, extra 4 on the upper one, and an extra 2 on the lower one.
Oh, right. Yeah. Cool. So, Elias, is that going to be your turn, or have you still got more?
I think that's all I can do. Yeah.
I feel like you should be able to use. It's interesting using two different kinds of clones at once. Don't know how that works. But yeah, I mean, you can probably use your action to command one and your bonus to command another, as far as I understand it. But yeah, if
Oh.
that's your turn.
Yeah.
This is why we're doing the
I'll call that
training.
my
We're all learning how to use.
I'll call that my turn and just look, just roll over the fucking wall of text. Figure out what I'm gonna do.
Okay, cool. Look over those as we go over to Jerry. What are you doing with yours?
My upper earth clone will attempt to attack both paper clones, and use my bonus action to command him to do so. I actually have attack rolls.
It's easier for you guys to control if we actually roll initiative.
No, it's fine. I don't think. Do I have a sheet? Well, I should have a sheet. Let's see. So they don't actually have. Oh, there we go. Attack. My bad. We'll attack the one to the right.
What is earth damage?
Yeah, I mean, it'll come into play when it's one versus the other, but here it counts bludgeoning. Goddamn. Crit on the first hit.
Yeah, I'm not sure if paper clone is immune to bludgeoning.
Um.
If they have any immunities, the earth one do. I'm not sure about the paper. That's why I'm not doing anything at the moment with them.
Those are set up, so should apply those automatically if they've immunities. You'll see after you roll the damage.
I believe they get some extra damage on that one. Yeah, extra 2d6. Uninjured. This looks like it.
Yes, your earth clone just swings through it. See the paper separate and just reform itself as, yeah. Imagine trying to punch a piece of paper and how well that's going to go.
I'll go ahead and try something. I'll tell him to move here. I'm not sure if clones have reactions.
I think they just have a normal action and move. At least some of my clones can only take a standard and move action. That's what it says.
I don't. Yeah, I'm just making sure. Then he'll move to the water one and attack the water one. Is it?
Fuck, you rolled a 3 and that hit.
Yes, I did. For 5 whopping damage, which they are also immune. It seems like it.
You know what? I'm not sure. They are. No, they're not.
So I got 1. Yeah, that will be me. That's my turn.
Oh, they're not. I got to change that Blue. Yeah, very nice. So that one just splashes and dissipates. Seems like it's made of blood. It's kind of fucked up.
Red water.
Well, Elias, he would make it red water just so that when it explodes all over the enemy, they're like, "Oh my god, that dude fucking popped when I stepped." Orient them long enough to stab them in the back. So yeah, Jerry, that's one of your clones.
It's a bonus action to command, so I don't have, unless he can command with the other one as an action.
You can do that.
Yeah, well, he'll go to the other one, watercolor, and punch him. That will hit. It will
Wild.
kill.
Roll with 2 store hits.
Yeah.
And he will stay there because that's the moment, and that's my turn.
Okay, taking us back to Elias, as both of those have just been splashed out of existence, but your two paper clones have not taken a hit. It doesn't look like they can take a hit so far. What are you going to do?
Good question. I'm. Hmm. Right. You know what? Sure. Let's just do it again.
See your clones like readying these paper needles, like, whoop, let's just.
Fuck.
I'll roll save for the upper one.
Huh? Why didn't I target?
Not sure, but I'll still roll. He failed.
And then is it
And
an additional D4 on top of that stuff?
Yes.
so the bottom one
Goodness.
succeeded and the upper one failed.
So
Oh, I'll roll the
bottom one
damage
succeeded?
reduction. The bottom
Yeah.
one succeeded. I'll roll the damage reduction for the upper one. Is
So total damage before any reduction is just 20.
so the upper one failed. It takes 16, and the bottom one
Applied it to the upper one, and then
the bottom one wait. Did I say upper one succeeded? Confusing myself.
no,
No, bottom one succeeded.
yeah, bottom one succeeded, so that nullifies it completely.
Yeah. No, wait.
8
Plus
damage.
4, it's
2 damage.
no 2 damage.
Oh, plus the 4.
Yeah.
All right, nice. Yes, they just get peppered with these paper needles that are just raining down on them. Yeah, it seems like they are. You just kind of see it breaking into pieces of dirt as these things are going right through them. But taking us to the Earth clones again. Jerry, what are you doing?
Yeah, I just read properly everything that's written there in the Earth clone. So I'll just cast the jutsu through the clone. Which one hits multiple targets?
So Elias, are you that way your clones are standing to cast that? Because if they're both casting it, I think they need to at least be within the range of where it was cast.
Oh,
Just position them
Then-
cinematic.
then let's have him here.
And yeah, sorry, Jerry.
I should actually have it in my sheet. Yeah, I'll cast it as C rank. I get really because I'm casting it, not the clone. I'll just make the attacks from the clones and add the damage properly. So the clones look like exactly like me. They have weapons exactly like me. They just deal different damage. So the upper earth clone will just like put his arm around the blade, and it will begin cracking with lightning. And he'll just dash towards the two paper clones.
I don't think you can do that. I think you can only cast jutsu that uses earth. Like they're quite bad with lightning. I don't think they can use. Yeah, so you can cast ninjutsu that you know with the earth
Oh, with
release
earth release.
keyword.
Yeah, I thought it's
Yeah.
without earth release. My bad.
Oh no, only
So it's
earth
the other way
release.
around.
Yeah, 'cause they are weak against lightning,
Yeah,
so
it
they're
makes
definitely
sense.
not countering.
Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure.
They just ground the lightning. They yeah, this is why we're training. As yeah, you realize they can literally, like the paper clones are kind of turning the paper they are made out of into ammunition. Yeah, your earth clones can do a similar thing.
So I have to find something really quick that hits more than one enemy.
Yeah, I mean, and remember, it is but they.
Yes, good. I'll use the other one. Uh,
Oh, you can act. You are the one casting the jutsu through the clone. That's pretty cool. So the clone itself
he is doing
isn't
it.
actually fully sentient. You are. There's
Yeah.
much more like a puppet, whereas Elias's ones are kind of more alive almost.
Traditional clones.
I mean, not quite, as you just saw these things.
True.
What would have shattered bone just moved some paper out of the way for a second and then reformed.
I think I've been caught with a problem because everything in Earth deals bludgeoning.
That's exactly why I picked it.
Okay, can I try some? Wait, do they have? I think they have an action, like entirely just either.
Yeah, if there's something else, let's try not to
Yeah,
get too lost in the
he'll,
mechanics.
he walks to the clone to the left. He grabs him and he tries to tear him in half.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, you can make that as an attack, and then we'll say you can make it a grapple. So, Elias, you can give it an athletics check then, or acrobatics. I think.
Cool.
That was the water clone being destroyed.
Oh, sorry, did you guys hear that? Sorry, I was just pointing
Yeah.
at the glass. I just realized it's right next to my mic.
Oh, okay.
No.
So, Jerry, you tear this. You do grab him and tear him in half, thinking that you've just killed him, but the two halves just reform themselves as the paper fits together again, and yeah, it's you may have ripped one piece of paper there, but it seems like there's plenty more to take its place.
Well, here comes the second one. The other clone. $25. Yes.
Fuck. You and your fucking plus 16.
You and your high rolls.
Yeah.
So this time it's less of a rip and more of a crumple as you just turn this guy into two like paper balls that have got a head and arms on one side and legs on the other as you are holding this thing apart, but it is still alive. And yeah, I'll say with that you can. How much extra damage is it supposed to deal? Extra damage.
Oh
Your
yeah,
clone.
it's yeah. On
I'll say you
on
can
an
apply that
attack.
damage with it.
Yeah, I think it's also it's either earth or bludgeoning. So
I will warn paper clones have immunity to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
yeah, so the extra damage will not damage them.
Yeah, so it's grappled right now. That's you've you've got it grappled. That's one of its attacks. They get two. So once you've kind of torn it in half, but now he's holding two versions of this clone that at least one can still strike.
I'll tear the one that can strike. Just keep tearing the paper until it can't do anything.
This is like, I don't know if anyone's ever kept rats, but when they are nesting, this is exactly what they do. They just rip everything to shreds. Right now, this clone is just like tearing this guy to ribbons.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna roll for that. That succeeds.
So you just see like it's just gone through a shredder, just lying on the floor in front of you. Is that going to be your turn, Jerry?
I can actually try to grapple with the other one again. I forgot it's an attack instead of the direction.
Yeah.
So it will not kill him, but at least keep him grappled. If he even dies.
I'm so happy I'm getting these high rolls when I'm against fucking Jerry.
I grapple him.
Yeah, this one again. Are you also going to just rip this one to shreds?
Yeah, he has only one attack. So this one, the second attack. First one he failed, so he will attempt to do that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this one's having a little bit more trouble just trying to crumple it up. But is that going to be your turn then?
Yeah, that's everything.
Okay, so the guy at the bottom, I'm going to say is grappled. The guy at the top is prone, but you will now see as we go to your turn again, Elias. You will see those shreds starting to affix themselves again and just reform. As unfortunately, yeah, these things seem almost impossible to tear apart like this. But they must have some kind of weakness. So, Elias, it is your turn again. What are you going to do?
You said just one of them's prone. This one's prone.
Yeah. So he's reforming on the floor. He's been torn to shreds.
Cool. I'll move him here. I'll make him get up and move here and attack. This one. Not
Oh, nice. So the one at the top thinks he's destroyed this one, and then those sheets of paper just slide along the floor, reforming behind the other Earth clone as both of them now have him flanked.
so I'm just going to make a straight melee attack. Does it count for advantage?
Yeah, it's flanked.
Cool. For a melee attack, what? doesn't say what bonus I use for the.
It should say there. The paper clones can make a melee weapon attack for 1d8 slashing damage.
But I'm just not sure if there's anything else to it, or if it's just a straight D20.
Yeah, it would be the same as your unarmed, I think. So yeah, sorry, I thought I'd given them all the attacks, but it'll just be plus your dex modifier, plus your proficiency, I think.
My unarmed
Or
strike is
plus
5/7,
its
so I'll do
proficiency,
that.
so
And I'll just roll for it on its own.
there we go. Yeah, that's a hit.
I hope you're ready for this 2d8 that you're gonna cancel out immediately.
What damage is it?
Slash.
What? Yeah. Okay. So
But one of because it's crit. Okay, it actually rolled that way. Okay, so you're reducing it by 5, right?
yep.
Okay, so 9 points of bludgeoning. That one, as yeah, Elias, you're finally starting to chip away at this one, and you can see it is halfway down. That's your one turn.
And the other ones. You know what? Is also gonna make an attack roll. Disadvantage or normal?
Advantage.
You said he's
Even though
up.
it's grappled?
Yeah, grapple
Correct.
doesn't affect it. Only restrain
Oh, I
affects
was,
Yeah.
yeah. I was thinking of restrained.
18 misses.
Cool. And that's that. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, going back to Jerry, have you got anything here, or
What is this gonna be
are
a
we in a dead
stalemate?
Yeah, might just be. I don't think I have any form of damage. It's not earth or bludgeoning, which is the same.
Do you want to
Here.
call it a draw then?
Yeah, I'll just finish going through. There shouldn't be anything.
yeah, it looks like your bludgeoning is not working against these clones. Earth damage doesn't seem to be effective against them. Maybe not a good matchup. Are you going to call a draw, as Elias has offered one?
Yeah, I'll take the draw.
All right. And with that, Hinaga will nod and say, well, that is good to always know your allies' capabilities as well. Anyone in the audience think they've got a clue as to how you might defeat one of these clones?
And the paper ones.
Probably easily.
Yep, that's why I didn't want to fight you.
Just make them burn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
that's the
it's quite
problem.
funny.
I
I was expecting paper to beat rock, but it didn't work.
I could have summoned I could have summoned a fire one. I thought you were going to summon like shadow ones, and I have no idea what they do.
No, I
You could have
to try and
summoned
deal
more
with.
for the record.
I could have, but I thought I'd be modest, and I didn't want to deal with fire clone, so I summoned those water ones, not knowing they would get fucked immediately.
Yeah, so as you guys call a draw, are you dissipating your clones so that the
Yeah.
next group can come?
I just
I'll have
fall
mine
back.
come back to me, and I'll just kind of like hold him on my shoulders, just like good friends.
Yeah, the 3 licenses take a seat in the audience. And Jerry, are you bringing yours back as well, or are you
Yeah, they just
spacing?
dissipate back to sand.
All right. Well then, who's next?
Hey Z, you want to go up against each other?
No, I'm gonna go up against Seto. He's gonna take 18 turns to cast shit.
Just don't let
I'm
him
gonna die.
attack him after the first one.
Nah, I'm going in. I'm not fighting Sakura. She can fight G or June. I don't care.
Yeah, actually, Z will say, I think you two might be a better matchup, and honestly, I think you may still have some scores to settle. As yeah, June will, I mean, Z will seemingly want to go up against Seto.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't
So
want to fight
Seto and Z
Sakura
going
again.
I'll make this quick and easy.
Damn. That was even more savage than me calling Z useless.
We'll see. And she gets herself ready here. All right then. Let's try and make this one a little quicker, shall we? I've heard you're one of the fastest in all of Kiga, Mr. Seto. Let us see if that applies to your clone work as well.
Well, we shall see. But courtesy call, ladies first.
Thank you, Seto. Let's see. And she's going to start forming some hand signs. And of course, I haven't prepared ones to look exactly like her, but she is going to, you'll see her eyes crackle with energy, and then this spark of lightning just arc down from her blade as she draws it and just plunges it down into the ground in front of her, as you'll see lightning clones begin to emanate as she seems to be having trouble keeping them in a proper form, but they are just these little, they look like clones of her made of energy. Just double checking how many she can actually cast. Oh, Lord. Okay, so yeah, they're just going to look like that for now. She casts these that start to take shape. She'll go, all right, this is what I've got. Don't underestimate them.
Okay. Now the question is, how many rounds do I have?
I took one more round than Elias, and probably no more than one round more than G.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you keep summoning them, let's see. Over the first few rounds, what do you start doing? Because she might summon some more as she sees you really getting something ready.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
actually, that's the point, to summon as many as you can. So she's going to definitely summon more.
okay. Well, Seth is gonna clap his hands, and in front of him, there's gonna appear a large fireball, just a massive fireball. And as the flames are just like going away from it and just burning very brightly, the small embers are just gonna start popping around everywhere, especially around her clones. Wait, how do I make them though? Oh,
So,
what the?
so yeah, if you open your character sheet, you should see a little tab at the top that says companion.
Okay, give me a sec. Companion. Okay, give me a sec.
Maybe it doesn't show up for players because no one seems to be able to find it. But
I can see them in my like clones and whatnot.
yeah, so then you can just drag them over. Yeah, for the animations, you go through the companions.
Oh, you can just drag them. Okay.
Oh.
One summon here. We'll summon one here.
Okay, there are things standing there.
Wait, is there one here? God damn it.
Yes.
You go here then. And then we're gonna
Holy
summon
shit, how
this.
many is...
That's 6 times 8, that's 42 HP. No, not you! God damn it!
Okay.
That one explodes into dust.
I picked the wrong
perfect,
set. Okay.
I have worked out a game plan now, finally.
And as they're popping, Seth is gonna do a quick hand sign. And he's just gonna say fire release, clone grade explosion, and each and every one of them is gonna explode.
At the bottom has just taken form. She's like, oh, I got one. Wait a second. Seto!
Wait, can I actually... Holy shit, you can detonate them? Oh, damn it. Why didn't it work? It said there was no targets?
You didn't place a template?
Yeah, but there's no template.
Oh.
Okay, so we may just remember that you'll have to target everything within 15 feet, but that's going to basically trigger all of them. So yeah, you're hitting everything. So yeah, just let's see, just add up however many D8 that's supposed to be.
Okay. I'm just gonna activate each and one of them, so it's like just rolling, so I don't have to. And then I'm gonna... Okay,
Like how
that's all of them.
neither you or G like stepped back before this.
I'm
Well,
pretty
Z
much
thought
on
that they were just busy doing the summoning. She's like, you guys had a nice moment to step back, but she's just like, oh shit, one appeared right next to me.
And this is why
88,
I don't fight Seto.
116 in total.
He does terror attacks.
Huh, Seto, why are there so many of you?
She will say, shit, Zeta, what have you done? As all of the lightning clones get engulfed in this, and each of them detonates as well.
Oh no!
Chain reaction!
Explosion of
10
fire and lightning.
10d6 each.
What have you guys done?
Holy shit!
We said it's gonna be quick. Come on.
We are going to destroy this dojo.
This is literally just mutually assured destruction. There's no winners.
This-
Yeah, except maybe Seto, because he's probably the only one out of range of the explosion that just went off. So as this chain explosion goes off, honestly, that's more damage than Z's done the whole campaign. No.
I think that's more damage than a few people have done in the campaign at once. Oh my god.
So Marcus like, let's try and make this one quick. You two both summon these clones. Seto, you detonate them, and there is an almighty explosion as you see the dirt getting kicked up. This arcs of lightning just spreading everywhere throughout the room as this ball of fire just erupts. Hinaga lifts one of his wings to shield himself as you just hear Z get blasted backwards into your arms, June, as she like nearly knocks you over. But you see she is just completely black and charred and unconscious, just little spirals for eyes.
I immediately just drop her on the floor. Nice job, Seto.
Shit.
Okay, she's not dead.
God.
She looks at
Great job, Seto. You killed Z.
Ah, nice little training. Nice little training today. Hopefully, it won't go as bad as yesterday.
yeah, I just see this charred Z lying there at Jude's feet, and she just looks up
You
and
just,
says,
see, you just see the little spirit go out of her mouth.
exactly.
Sorry, G, I'm still learning. Just like yesterday, I didn't know how much it's kind. My
You
bad.
killed her, Seto. You killed her. Look at her. She's got
She's not
limp
dead.
on the floor.
Wait, is she dead?
She's dead. She's dead,
Nearly.
Seto. Look, she's dead. She's not moving. She's not unconscious. She's dead.
Wait, are you for real?
I'm like kicking her slightly to annoy her.
Wait, do I need to? Wait, is she really dead or? What the fuck?
She's snoring. June is literally just being extra.
Although then you see, like, you see the surge, and then she goes, oh shit! I just remembered I'm immune to fire damage. God damn!
Right.
So you get this right, Z. You tricked you yourself
No,
into
look.
thinking you were blown up. How is
No.
that?
No, I was definitely unconscious there. I think it may have been the lightning. Honestly, I think I got hit by my own clones.
Friendly fire.
Valuable lesson
It
for
ha-
both of us, G.
Restarted my heart at least. Holy shit. Okay, your turn. She just sort of pats at you, June, and then just falls over again. Just smoldering.
Quick question: can I ask how many did G spawn?
8.
8. Okay. Seta, how many did you?
6.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if I actually rolled for all of them, but it was not necessary.
I hope that was quick enough.
I'll
Yeah.
say.
Nearly blew up the dojo. Good job. I can imagine there's a small crater now.
Yeah, that symbol in the middle of the floor is gone. Yeah, he'll be busy dusting off his wing. That it definitely took some charring from that as well.
So yeah, that is 30 d8 fire damage and 80 d6 lightning if you got hit by all of those.
Holy fucking shit. I guess we know what to do if we ever encounter what's his face? Goddamn Cthulhu or something. Just send all the
Yeah.
clones.
Seto, you're laughing about being a weapon of mass destruction, but we are literally going to have to like put you in a kryptonite box, like just to make sure nothing is destroyed when you're around.
Well, June, you actually might be onto something there. That is one of the best uses for clones, as you have just discovered. Those that are explosive, when used in massive numbers, can be devastating to not only giant creatures but cities as well. We have seen it before, where people send armies of their own clones to try and climb city walls, and then they just start exploding, and there's not much you can do about it. Very lethal and dangerous technique.
Holy shit. You're just dead if you take that damage.
And that's not even plus the 80d6.
Well, now,
Yeah, I
we have
agree.
definitely seen one use of clones, but as I'm sure some of you will know, there are more subtle uses as well, and those that can protect the casters in the process. So, with our final two warriors, would you like to step up to the plate and show us what techniques you may have? From what I've heard, you two have got a little more of that kind of magic, if I'm not mistaken.
Be definitely trying something.
Zeke crawls away. She's like, "Oh no, I'm not sticking around for this."
Pussy.
Yeah, Jin just hops down, walks to that side. Alright, let's try not to kill each other. Sakura.
Well, we aren't supposed to attack each other. We're just supposed to have the clones attack the other clones.
Well,
If you
yeah,
attack me, I'd be
supposedly.
pissed off.
Seto missed the memo.
This may
Yeah, I
be
think-
this may be the exception to that. If you are, if you guys are, and meta-wise, I suppose Hinaga would know this, but if you guys are using multi-shadow clones, I think a lot of their techniques rely on like protecting the caster and like
Yeah.
the caster being in and amongst the clones. So there's a bit of deception involved in that. So this one, you may attack one another, but as you've seen with the training in these places, they heal you up after and everything gets repaired. So you can already see that crater starting to fill itself in as the rocks that made up Jerry's clones before are now starting to fill the hole.
I think we can have each other's clones fighting each other. What do you think, Sakura?
Yeah,
It's
Let's
fair
just go.
game.
yeah.
Hinaga is going to lean forward and a shard of glass from the middle of this. You know when lightning hits sand and makes those. I imagine you've left quite an art sculpture here in the middle, as he'll just pick it from the ground and go, "This could make a fine blade." In fact, are you two ready?
I
Certainly
guess.
hope so.
Okay. I think, yeah, knowing the track record, Sakura, you will most likely be up first, unless you want to hand it over to June.
No. She'll go fast. So
Perhaps our most
she.
experienced clone user, actually, though
Yeah.
a little different.
We'll do the math first. Sorry.
I'm just gonna sit up here. Might need a bit more space. And you just takes a seat on the slightly higher ground. Anyway, good luck, Sakura. May the odds be forever in your favor.
Okay. Let's just make it simple. 10 shadow clones, 1 wood clone. And she'll be left on 2 hit points. Let's go.
Yes, there we go. This is what I like to see.
I just have to fart in your general direction to knock you out. I'll mirror your casting and do 10 shadow clones as well. God, there's gonna be so many goddamn tokens.
Yeah, you can drag them over yourselves. Sorry.
Yeah, let me put that one in the front. I just wanna make well, actually, let's spread them out. We can't get.
Right onto the scene.
Oh,
You'll
I
see.
just realized your wood clone is called a shadow clone. I'll change that.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Or just in the
Uh,
tooltip, because I was
perceptions.
like, at least we can tell, and I'm like, oh god, I can't tell.
Wait, what?
That's kind of the fun of this is if you can get me confused as to which is your clone and which is you, I'll be very impressed.
God, I feel it just starting to lag.
Okay, that's a pretty good formation, I guess.
Is
That's
there an
a
easier
lot.
way to spawn them besides opening up the companions thing and constantly placing them down?
Yeah, the companions, that's just really for the effect. But if you're spawning lots, you can just drag them from the actors directory. There's a
Okay,
clones
cool.
folder, and you should be able to see all your clones in there.
That's gonna be much easier.
Just make sure you bring in the multi-shadow clone and not the regular one.
Much easier. You see, basically, June's clones like walk out from behind her, and you don't even see me cast the chakra or anything.
Oh, nice. Literally just walking out the shadow.
Pretty much, yeah.
And what does it look like from your perspective, Sakura, as you summon them?
I guess these two guys.
That's a good question. To be honest, I'm not really sure.
Okay, so we'll just say this first one is you make the hand signs, you'll see in a similar way to how they're stepping out from behind June, just these cherry blossoms begin to swirl around Sakura, and as they swirl around, they start to pile on top of each other, forming much like Elias's clones were making themselves out of paper. You will start to make themselves out of these petals, and just in these swirls of petals, you create a small army of Sakuras.
Awesome. I just want to check something.
Am I lagging, or was that the bot?
Doesn't sound like you're lagging.
Okay,
I
no,
didn't
that's
really hear
that's
the
probably just the
bot
bot.
or anything.
Seto,
so
you might want to move.
Oh, yeah, I also
Sorry?
take 80 points of
You
damage.
might want to move.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sakura, you should also move slightly back so I don't attack you by accident. Otherwise, you're gonna.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And then let me do that. Let's just
Honestly, I don't know. I'm pretty much hoping to God some of my clones survive whatever you're about to do.
It's doubtful, but there's a possibility.
Yeah, the dice are wow. You making a proper formation. They're just literally standing like, well, clones.
Let's huddle them together. I doubt your clones will survive. Okay, so Sakura is going to start out. So each shadow clone starts off with 8 temporary chakra. With that 8 temporary chakra, they're gonna cast Fireball.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's a third
Wait,
level
what?
spell.
Wait, what? You can cast spells?
Yeah. Let me find it quickly. But you can use chakra with the shadow clones cast
Yeah,
spells. I do think they
absolutely.
all
Wait, what? I didn't know you can cast spells. I must have missed
what
it.
was this?
There's also, I think Sakura's clones might be able to because she's a wizard. You've got pact spells which don't. There might be a slight,
Yeah, so
but yours do have spells. Just you have actually got the pact magic. I'm wrong about that.
Yeah.
they can
But
cast
the
spells up to
only
4th level, which you have prepared using chakra instead of spell slots. Cantrip 2, 1st level 4, 2nd level 6, 3rd level 8. So Fireball.
the only
Yeah.
issue is my clones literally don't have reactions, so they I literally cannot do anything.
If it helps you, I think all clones don't have reactions.
Yeah.
Although they're not, is not one of those clone techniques a reaction?
I think it's
Um,
the casters, like the one that summoned them. It's his reaction, I think.
I don't know of any techniques I can use here that will save any clones. I mean, wait, which one's casting the spell?
All of them.
All of them.
An even let me check. Okay, they don't move simultaneously. Okay, I see. Let's actually have more of
No,
them.
so I think there's also a thing that you only cast one fireball and then it gets extra, like,
Man, wait, did I miss this chart? We can cast spells.
and
Probably.
also remember, clones only deal like half damage,
Okay.
based on normal.
That's-
So yeah, your clones. Let's see. Damaging jutsu cast by a clone deals half damage, so that will apply to spells as well. Their saving throws and skills are all equal to your equal to yours. So that should all work, but you can just make one of them cast a fireball.
Okay.
They are
June
all
might want to take an extra step back.
Yeah, but as soon as I see the fireball, I'm like, well, I can't do anything about that. I just walk over here.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
I mean, so all of them
You
are casting
can.
fireballs, so I can't actually
Why would
counter it. So I'm boned.
Well, yeah. Unless all of yours cast counterspell.
That requires reaction. All clones don't have reactions, so they
Oh,
kind of
right.
just sit there and get blown up, basically.
But you do have the support reaction, don't you? Or does that
Sorry?
only target the caster?
Which one? Which clone? Which technique?
The support, clone art support reaction.
Let me check. So clone art support. Yeah, it's only.
Yeah, so then they would all get a bonus to their ACs and saving throws.
Problems opens you have no. Yeah, but it requires. Oh yeah, it requires an. Oh yeah, I can actually do that. Yeah. Opens
So then,
opens one.
because there's 10 of them, they would all get a +5 to their saving throw here.
Okay, that works perfectly. I'll do that. I'll use my reaction to do that.
Okay. It's one hell of a fireball. Inaga's like, oh shit, I really should have gotten out of the way after seeing the last one. I thought this was going to be subtle, I said.
Oh no, I think I think I'm just dead because if I see the savings where I take half damage and half of that is 10 hit points and my clones have 10 hit points, so I'm literally burned.
Yeah, so at this point it came down to action economy then, I guess. This is the thing, clones, they can't take a hit, so yeah, we learn to spread them out. As
I could
yeah,
really
you
spread
actually,
it more out than that.
but
Yeah.
hold on, no, you pass the save then, don't you?
Yeah, but the damage is 21 damage. Then I take
Oh, I
half,
see what you're saying.
and then I have my clones only have 10 HP, so I'm
Yes,
literally
but
just
Is it
like,
not
remember,
36?
clones only deal half damage.
Wait. Is it not 36? I don't know why it rolled twice. But
Oh.
if you roll up, it's 36. And then there's a
Alright,
21.
I thought the damage was already half. Sorry, my bad. So there's actually a chance I might be able to survive some of this. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so it
what's
is
the
36. Yeah, that it's interesting because you've cast it with so many. I feel like there is a way to should hit harder, but
Okay,
I'm
so
still trying to
that
figure
was
these out.
only one of their attacks? Because each of them has an action and a move action. So
Okay,
if needed, another one will cast Fireball.
So hold on. So this is where the clone arts come in, because I think
So there's like barely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 fireballs coming my way.
yeah. So no, so what you would do here is then use the clone arts assault, I think, to add +5 to the DC. Look, guys, I'm also still figuring these out. So tonight, with the jutsu, the DM is not the biggest authority.
Hmm.
Because yeah, I guess because if all of them and they act independently,
Yeah.
I think it says that they give an action and they all do it.
Yeah, they. No, that's normal. That's the normal one. This is more complicated. There's still one way, and the clones cannot use or not send.
clones act at once and all attempt to perform the same command given.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, so then
yes.
there are 10 fireballs coming your way.
Yeah, the math is against me. I'm not going to survive that.
Are you casting Fireball from the Shadow clone or from the Wood clone?
The wood clone doesn't cast stuff actually.
Oh,
The wood clone is a little bit more tanky and does melee attacks. So if anyone somehow survived that, the wood clone would go in, and she kind of had like a whole idea of like a formation kind of thing of like, 3 wood clones in the front and then the other ones behind, and but she decided to just keep it simple. Because I mean, with 10 fireballs, you don't really need that.
But
Yeah,
your wood clones have 15 HP.
yeah, they're a bit more tanky than 1 HP and 9 temporary chakra.
Yeah, so I think that's fully legit. Sorry for getting caught up in the rules there. As yeah, you had the action economy and this this fucking horde of fireballs just absolutely destroys June's clones.
which jutsu did June use? Just out of curiosity.
Sorry.
What jutsu did you use?
I was going to use Beast Imitating Art Snake to basically make half of my clones would have done that to make those other clones restrained, and then I would have actually had my other clones
Oh,
just
I'm
attack
asking
with
like
melee.
what jutsu did you use to summon these clones that you have at the moment?
Multi-shadow technique.
Is it the same as?
Yep.
So can't you just use your reaction to cast counter spell?
Yeah,
And all the
there's
clones
10
will
of them.
cast it? And 10 of
There's-
your clones?
Yeah, but they don't have reactions that we've already
Yeah,
already
they don't
asked
have
them.
reactions.
Yeah, but isn't it? Oh, so he's using June's reaction, so they will cast it.
But they
Mm.
literally, I don't think it works like that. They would use
the-
their, yeah.
Yeah, so June used her reaction to make the clones like support each other and basically give. So no, it doesn't work.
Okay, yeah, I'm just
The
making sure.
clones, the shadow clones are very easy to kill. That is part of the drawback. You can make a lot more of them, but they go down quick. They're like minions.
Yeah.
So
We're back to
they, so yeah, with an assault like that, Sakura has used them effectively and used the action economy in her favor. As that round will go to Sakura. And yeah, sorry that June didn't get to use hers, but Sakura, those formations that you're coming up with are going to be definitely will come in useful in future.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad, but I feel like if June had gotten a 10, she just could have Eldritch blasted all of my clones, and yeah.
Yeah, that it was. I do like that Sakura knows not to hold back against June. After last time, it's like no, I'm not giving you a chance.
Yeah, I would have Eldritch Blast them to smithereens. I didn't realize I could actually use all those things. I thought because I'm looking at the multi-shadow clone technique, and they say you can use class features and spell casting as a spell feature, and I was like, okay, cool. So I can have to work my way around using that. So I was going to use Beast Imitating Arts Snake to restrain all of the clones, and then attack with. There's a technique which like adds another 2 or 3d6 damage to my melee attack. So I was going to have them all attack, bring, and do stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I do think they get some spells, but yeah, we'll look into that as we'll go over them.
Oh, that would have been good. I would have used basically made half my clones restrain the other clones, and move the other clones in and use chakra pulse and just have a wave of 84 damage from each one. So it would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, and it would probably fail because it's dexterity save, and you get disadvantage on dexterity save. So it would have been a lot of damage.
So Hinago will say, "Well, at least you are starting to see the value of clones, and I think you have all had a good first attempt. Would you mind putting that out over there as in front of the three Eliases? There is just like the wood is on fire as June. I think you just managed to avoid the blast there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
there's
she
definitely
has a
it
small
smells
flame on her shoulder,
great.
and she just pats it out.
Sakura will use Shape Water to just drop, well, kind of like slide water over the fire, I guess.
Yeah, that all that was, I suppose most of that evaporated, but what what is left, you put out the last of the fire, and Hinaga will say, "It seems you all are getting the hang of this. Would anyone like to try again, or shall we call it for today's training?"
Yeah, I think I need the elements of surprise to get her.
I think clones are not my thing.
Well, I will say the shadow clones are much more useful when they are protecting the caster, and rather than fighting for themselves. As you will no doubt have just realized, June, as soon as all those clones are destroyed, I'm sure it may have given you a little bit of a headache, but you may have noticed that you received all of their memories as soon as they were dissipated.
Yeah, lots and lots of fiery pain. That's what I remember.
Now, painful as that may be, it can be very useful. Just do remember that if you're using clones to spy on your enemies, which can be very effective, for some of them you will only get the information back once they've dissipated. So even if you have to run into enemy territory and get your clone killed, afterwards you will still receive whatever intel they were able to gather for training.
Okay.
Now that everyone knows how to get themselves an extra pair of hands, we can move on to gathering chakra, as I'm sure some of you are in desperate need of that.
Oh, indeed.
We're gonna become sages now.
And become
Yeah.
what?
Sages. Have you not seen that?
No, not just yet. This is far more basic than.
Uh,
Yeah, that has been hinted at. You may be able to learn that in time, but for now, you guys are basically just running on your regular hit points. And Sakura, are you going to keep all those clones up, or are you dissipating them, or making them do something else?
You know what? Let's have the wood clone go and help in the. Oh no. The wood clone can't really make tea, can it? I don't know. Can the wood clone make tea? How long
Yeah.
can the wood clone make tea for? Oh wait, it would keep
Yes.
us concentrating, so I'd be concentrating on the wood clone for the rest of my life. Okay, let's rather not do that. Yeah, she'll let them go. She'll bow to them and offer her thanks. Even though I don't know if they really understand that. Like I don't know if they're as cognizant as simulacrums.
But they fully
but
are.
still-
They'll all bow to you as well and give you their thanks.
Awesome, and then she'll dissipate them. and say that she'll see them again soon.
As you see them all bowing to each other, telling each other to see them again soon, and like everyone's just saying goodbye, they all just start bursting into sakura blossoms, as they all one by one disappear.
That's cool.
Yeah, Jin will walk up to Sakura and say, "See, the only issue with you using so many of those, Jin's just gonna give her a poke on the shoulder because you're probably very weak at the moment."
I do still have spell slots. She just says that as a bit of a warning.
She just gives you a
More of a playful warning than like a serious warning. But she will just say that she does still have spell slots.
Fair enough. But a strong gust of wind would take you down right now.
And that is exactly the drawback that we will seek to solve with this next technique, for which I would like everyone to please join us here in the pit.
Yeah, quick out of
Really
character
is a pit
question.
now, isn't it?
Did anyone here watch Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah, the
Taika Waititi.
Taika
one.
Waititi thing.
Yeah, there's the scene where like all of the Nazis like open the door and they just greet each other. This
Oh,
is what I
yeah.
imagine all the clones bowing.
Ohio.
June would be the most annoyed person if she had to deal with so many Sakura clones.
Just cast deafness.
Imagine Sakura knocks on your door and you open and there's just a session of them constantly like, what? All of them offering you tea. To be fair, Sakura, you are now like, oh, I can totally now make tea for everyone at the Blue Dragon clan at once. They don't have to form such a long line. I can form a line myself and just give everyone tea.
Oh, that's actually a great idea. Now she can make a shit ton of tea at the same time. Ooh, maybe she can make allies in the other clans by just making a shit ton of tea and then hope that they don't target her.
That might
Well,
be
now
a
at least
successful
making tea for
business.
dragons won't take so long.
Ooh, yeah.
That could
Well,
be a good
it's still
business venture.
speed up the boiling process, I guess with 10 fireballs at once, maybe.
Set the fire clone in. Fine.
Just lie under this pot for me.
For each pot, detonate one fire clone beneath it.
It's like having an oven. You put something in the oven and then you just shove yourself in. Just curl up here. Okay, you fit in.
Well, like one of those coal trains, but instead of shoveling coal, it's just shoveling setos.
Having head first, one after the other. Now we see how Elias comes up with the lightning rail. This is explaining the future more and more and more.
You can also make an internal combustion engine as well. Just shove one set and make him explode.
Yeah, it crushes them to death and then they detonate.
Oh shit.
Wow, I mean, I'm excited to see how you guys are going to use clones going forward. But in order to pull that kind of shit off, we're going to first have to center oneself and learn to draw enough energy to pull off such crazy schemes. So, who of you are familiar with meditation? I'm hoping to see more than just one.
Seta will raise hand.
Jerry will as
Sakura
well.
probably would be.
June just goes, it's like half raises her hand.
I mean, I'm familiar with the idea, but I've never really done it.
I've got my void
Oh,
ring,
well.
that counts, right?
That is sad for you, my friend. Well, no time like the present to begin. The key to meditation is not to actually do anything. It is the point of it is like playing. You know, like one would play music. This is like playing at life. If you can listen to the world around you as though it were music itself, then you will enter a state of meditation, and from that state, you will be able to find. Once you hear that tone, you'll know when you have found it, but you will find your center of chakra, and you will be able to draw more from yourself than previously possible. You, especially, this particular group, has got a entirely different pool of chakra dwelling within you, as I'm sure you are acquainted with the elementals that reside in your spirits and in your bodies. With proper chakra control, I can guarantee you those will become far more useful to you in your current forms, and you will be able to draw great power from them. But let's not overcomplicate things for now. Everyone, make yourselves comfortable. Find a place to begin your meditation. I would highly recommend the ponds just outside. And when you are ready, try and enter a flow state and see if you can find that chakra core. This is something most of us like to do every morning, as it helps us build a healthy pool of chakra to use throughout the day.
Elias just kind of like comes close and just says, I'm not sure they know that you know about the elemental shtick.
Well, you can't possibly think that you've all well kept secrets, do you?
I'd have
Don't
thought
worry.
people would worry more about that coming out.
Well, I'm sure your clan is worried, but I have been brought in a little, and don't worry. I have got eyes everywhere. I know a lot more than most. It is not common knowledge to the people, but it is not something you should necessarily hide either. I'm sure Daichi has his reasons for keeping it a secret, but historically, the keepers of the elementals have been celebrated. People are well aware of the power they hold, and wary of it as well.
In total honesty, I had no idea anyone else in the Blue Dragon clan knew.
General Mac will say from the other side, he'll say, "Oh, on the contrary, in fact, I mean, we haven't exactly put it that way, but there's a good reason you are all here at this festival. Despite not having attended most of your classes, Daichi recognizes talent when he sees it. I'm sure he is having a very particular discussion with Estrella as we speak about hers, but the rest of you should be wary. There are many out there that seek to gain control of those creatures themselves, and it is imperative that we maintain them within the Blue Dragon clan."
Jerry is still wearing his kabuto, but he will glance at Sakura before looking back at the dragon.
You are muted, Sakura.
Sorry, what did you say? It's blowing my nose. Mika,
Yeah,
oh
Jerry,
baby.
when he said what he said about people wanting the power of the elemental set of us, Jerry just glanced at you quickly before
Oh,
looking back at the dragon.
that's Sakura's mom.
What's the deal,
She
buddy?
gives you a knowing look. Yeah, Sakura's mom is dead.
What look?
Like a knowing look. But we should honestly try and find the rest of the elemental hunters, because I doubt she was the only one of them. She made it sound like there was like a group. Sorry. A group of them.
Not sure if I can ask it, but can you make it? Can you make an insight check, Sakura?
Oh.
Not sure if I can ask you to do it.
You can call for that.
Try to figure out what Jerry means when he looks at you.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, it's like
I'm
knowing look and like Jerry going, no. stop
my
it."
my brain is barely functioning at this point.
Yeah,
Very
he's
No,
not
to
really
be
trying
fair,
to hide it, so
Sakura's
you'll
probably.
know.
Sorry, go.
He's not really trying to hide it, so you'll know he didn't mean your mother.
Okay, she's confused.
Also, Sakura's on 2 hit points, so I feel like it's in character as well. Like, what?
Okay,
What
okay.
did-
At least it's in character as well.
Yeah, you see Jin just like slightly push her with a finger on her back. So, yeah. She's barely standing.
She doesn't
Yeah,
know
unless
what you mean.
Like she's pushing you on the
Jerry,
back.
unless you want to
so
tell
you'll
us.
No.
make-
I know what you mean, but she doesn't know what Jerry means.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. I swear, if you end up pushing her over, and she ends up dying because she falls on her face, that's gonna be a shit way to die.
I mean, it would be
should-
revenge. So
She
Hey,
made it to her birthday.
You should have like
I didn't
sound effect.
kill all your characters. You know, I only killed one
well,
of them.
technically, you got the second character killed as well. But we won't get into that now. That's a debate for another day.
Who doesn't know that? Yeah, how are you guys going to go and are you going to take a break first, or are you going to go and go straight into meditation practice?
Could probably go right into it.
I'll go meditate.
Yeah, meditation right away, I think. Where would be a good place?
So yeah, please describe to me how each of your characters, you can look around the map as well. There's a few spots that might serve you well, but please describe how each of your characters goes and finds a moment to center themselves and try and find their inner chakra.
Jin's gonna go hop onto her broom and go to this like koi pond area and just float above the water and sit on her broom there. Just crosses her legs above the water and tries to empty her thoughts.
Okay. We'll get back to you in a second as everyone is on their spots.
Cool.
Who's next?
Elias just misty steps up onto one of the roofs, and has a seat at the very top, just like he did in Kanasa, and just tries to give this whole meditating shtick a good think about.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you'll each be making wisdom saving throws as we are doing this, but if you guys want to roll those so long,
Jerry will.
otherwise, Jerry.
Oh. He'll stay in the middle of the dojo.
Okay, you'll see Hinaga also taking a meditative pose as we then go. Who's next? Sakura or Seta?
Sakura goes to the two trees, and then sits on whatever this. It kind of just looks like a platform.
Actually, a bath that is like it's a pool of water. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll take a bath and meditate while she does that, I guess. Why not?
It's like a nice little secluded and blocked off by the trees, but yeah, this is the equivalent of the locker room. But
It's
yeah,
kind
this
of like
very peaceful.
it's one of those moments where you wish you were a monk so you could float on water and just kind of like sit calmly on top of a bath instead of in the bath.
Well, we'll see in a second if maybe you can. As Seto, we go to the monk. What are you doing?
If you just calmly walk over the water, get in like sort of center, he's gonna just swirl his finger around the koi fish, and then he's gonna get into his pose of just sitting down with his legs crossed. He's gonna grab his favorite katana, put it from knee to knee, and he's gonna get ready to meditate.
As you swirl your finger in the water, you'll see two koi fish sort of swirling around each other for a moment as they follow your finger. And with that, I'll ask everyone to give me those wisdom saves.
Yo!
Ooh, 2 nat 20s.
Oh,
Wow.
Damn, bro. Me and Jerry are zen right now, dude.
no, not
So
again.
it's fun.
No matter how much I avoid it.
You can't. It's what joins the universe.
I know, but he won't stop me from trying.
June's just opening her
well,
third eye at the moment.
well, ironically, Jerry, with that with that nat 20 bringing you to a 33, you do realize that that is exactly the problem. As you try and push everything out of your head, it is impossible to do. As yeah, you almost have no choice but to, especially with the magic and everything coursing through all of your veins. Here it looks like everyone has actually done fairly well. Seto, I would say you've got advantage because you are a monk and you are no stranger to this. You've actually spent plenty of time in campaign meditating. So
Okay,
there we go.
much
That's
better.
As yeah, everyone finds that moment of peace. You begin to hear your own breathing, like the sound of the ocean moving back and forth along the shore as you breathe deep and you start to hear the world around you as though it were music. You hear the bristling of the trees, you hear the wind blowing through it, and just all these faint little sounds as you then begin to feel deep in your core, like flowing throughout your body is this energy that you have used many times. Every time you have taken a step, and from the most basic things to the magic that you cast, you now find this well of energy and you begin to try and draw from it. And I would like everyone to please roll your hit dice, all of your hit dice. Don't actually mark them off as rolled like for a short rest, but um, so it'll be 18 dice, and I'm not sure with your multi classes there may be different dice, but basically what you would roll that determined your hit points that you have, I want you to now roll again, and you will take the result as temporary hit points as you start to draw this energy from within.
Hmm. Pok.
That seems low. I think I got shafted.
I'll say because you got a nat 20, you can re-roll that.
Yay!
Because yeah, you did get 30 there, so good life success.
Wow. Wow. I may have been very zen, but my dice rolls aren't.
Yeah, to be fair, you'd expended less energy, so yeah, you can add your total there as temporary hit points, and these this will take 10 minutes to do as you sit here for 10 minutes gathering this chakra and in this in this meditation. With that, as it is added to your temporary hit points, it may nullify other effects that give you temporary hit points if they give you much less, but you can now spend those temporary hit points on jutsu, and you can do this every morning.
Ooh,
I mean, you can do this as many times as you want in a day, so it takes 10 minutes.
do we add our con to it as well?
Yeah, yeah, it's basically the same as determining your hit points.
So I get
Oh, we had Archon?
Six.
Holy shit.
36 on that. Nice.
Or your con modifier, yeah.
Archon modifier. Okay.
Not like per dice, like +2 per dice. Or
You add your corn for each die you roll.
yeah, that's what I'm asking.
No, it's just
It's the same formula as your hit dice.
Okay, cool.
I'm not sure, but I don't remember if that's like 8 plus.
Yeah, for me it's a d8 +2, so then you just roll that. Yeah, so I just basically add an extra 36 temporary hit points. 36? No, sorry, no. Yeah, 36. Yeah, 36. Yeah, Jerry's eating good with his with his hit point
Yeah,
pool now.
I'm not full HP. I'm not even full HP. I would be a bit higher.
Okay, yeah, so it's so it's the modifier times your level.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, just keep that in mind. And yeah, do remember to add it as temporary hit point.
I'm 1 away from max HP in temporary hit points.
Yeah, so which means that if you had charged up before, you would have only used 1 hit point to do everything that you just did.
Wild.
Or, I mean, yeah. So this can be very useful and should actually help you keep up with the others who you are now realizing this is the technique they were using to get those like chakra shields that you were struggling to get through last time.
Man, was it a win or did we tie?
Against them, it was pretty much a draw. Everyone was technically still conscious when they finished it, and then Jerry and Daichi went down like at the same time. But you guys probably had the edge there towards the end, though most of them, that was just because they were still blind. Could have gone either way. But yeah, also you would have actually the healing thing is where it really comes into play. You can use these temp hit points to cast medical jutsu, which means you could technically heal everyone like you did in that fight if you've still got these temp hit points.
Cool. So June is gonna focus on staying back and not taking any damage whatsoever, so she can revive everybody.
I mean, last time when I blinded everybody, it went well, so might just do it again.
Oh God, I swear if you blind us again, I will freaking murder Seto.
I will target you.
I will kill everybody in here, including and then
May
myself.
not kill you,
if we
but
do
I
that
will
again.
definitely target and attack you.
I will banish you to the Shadow Realm.
I've just realized how hard it is to tell if the monk is like into collateral damage or not, because it's like it's usually pretty much single target things. Never seen Seto with a bomb before. Who would have predicted?
I think
Yep.
you give everyone a bomb at this point.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think fire
look.
users have a shit ton of bombs though.
Correct.
But just because someone hands you a bomb doesn't mean you need to go put it in an orphanage, you know?
It's actual Seto logic.
To make nuke. What does this button do, I wonder?
Bro, you shouldn't give me
Yeah.
a grenade if you didn't want me to blow it up in your face.
Hey, cats are curious creatures.
It's totally
That's all
true.
I'm gonna
The
say.
So eat the
Tabaxi
grenade.
would be the one. Just,
be
ooh, this
fair, yeah.
shiny pin needs to be pulled. Oh, I'm very excited to see what is left of Kiga after I let you guys loose.
How on earth is Kika still alive if Jutsu was available for a very long time at this point? How is
Look
it
at this
still
cat.
here?
Holy shit.
Well, there are also mending spells, so and to be fair, Jerry, you will remember Kika looked very different when you were here like hundreds of years ago. It's probably gone through a few iterations.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and I mean this is also one of the reasons that they are hosting this tournament here in Nishizawa is you have seen that all the places you've been training at seem to repair themselves, and it is assumed that the arenas here do the same thing, which is why, yeah, partly why the city is still standing. So you're not sure if that extends to like castles and walls.
Oh my God, we were the Cataclysm.
I mean, you say that, but like, normal spells has also been just as powerful. The only exception that it was reserved for spellcasters.
High level
Yeah, I mean,
spellcast.
Sakura is not the
Yeah.
only high level spellcaster that's got meteor swarms out here. There's, you know, when there's lots of people that can use wishes, suddenly it does become like when everyone's got nukes and it's like, okay, hold on. Let's just, everybody calm
Just
down.
slow down.
That's the real reason they've implemented Bushido here is, well, actually, to that point, that is why arenas are such a big thing in this world. Because, like, if it was constantly dragons fighting each other and giants getting involved and all the monsters and elementals, like, that's how it was once. And then Jerry built Titans, and the Titans started sorting that shit out. And then Janelle came and said, okay, we're making the Iranian games to solve all of this bickering between gods. And it's like, instead of having wars all the time, we will have arenas where the most powerful people can fight each other and sort it out there. Though Kiga is not always like that. There are definitely a bunch of arenas there, but Daichi especially has been tearing across the country, and uh, hence why he has brought you guys on board.
Hey man, we're just picking the winning side. That's all it is.
Yeah, after that, quite possibly. Yes, you guys have now managed to draw in your first sort of pool of chakra. I will say Jerry and June, because you guys got those nat 20s, as you sit in this meditative state, both of you are going to slip into somewhat of a vision. you will both experience standing on a pool of water, which June is not far off from what you're actually doing, but you will be standing on this. Actually, yeah, June, you'll be on a sort of reflective pool surface, much like the dreamscape that you are used to, and it is immediately obvious to you that Cthulhu lurks beneath these waters. You feel that presence strong and as close as you did when you were in the void.
Oh boy.
You will hear this speech coming from the almost just the vibration of the water underneath you, and you get this feeling. It is less words than just that pure intent and feeling, and it is a feeling of excitement, like something is about to happen that they've been waiting for a long time.
Oh, no.
Jerry, on the other side, there's not water underneath you, but sand, much like what you were actually meditating on. And this sand is coarse, and it seems almost more like salt than it is sand. There is something just, it is completely colorless, just this grayish white sand that you are sitting on, and it seems to stretch on forever. But in front of you, you will notice that something seems to be pulling itself through the sand, and you just see a hand kind of gripping as if it's coming out from the ground and trying to pull itself out from where it is buried. And this hand is just a skeletal, like it is just bone. There is no flesh on it whatsoever. And you just see this creature starting to pull itself from underneath. But currently, you're just seeing its arms. Are you going to do anything?
No, I'm just watching it. Just placing
Okay.
my hands on the hilts in case it comes at me.
As you place your hand on the hilt of um, the bigger sword, you will see this ground underneath it, the sand begin to swirl as though it is opening up, and you will see these little sparks of like embers coming out from underneath it, as well as this dark black and green sort of energy, as though it is opening a portal in the ground. And you will see this figure pull itself out easier now, as you see Ekron emerge, much larger than you may have seen him before. Just this gigantic skeleton that now pulls itself out and looms over you, as you just see this necrotic energy flowing off of it. And he just looks down at you, um, almost expectantly, but you can see that skull just twisted into this smile, whether he intends it or not.
Yeah, our religion to try to figure out if is Ekron like stuck in Avernus or can he leave? Because I was with him in Arania. I assume it's
Yeah.
above ground.
You know, he definitely left. He was there on the world with you. He is definitely bound to Avernus in some way, shape, or form, but he can traverse here. Though this, as you are in this meditative state, you do get the impression that he's not actually here in Nishizawa. Like this is within you that you are seeing. Like they're reaching out to you almost.
I'll take my hand, like remove it from the hilt of the bigger sword.
see the skull sort of
I'll just,
turn. Oh, yeah?
I'm just waiting to see what he does.
Yeah, you'll see the skull turning to the side as the mouth opens, and it doesn't actually move much as it speaks. It's just like it opens almost to let out this necrotic breath, but you hear the words flowing from it as he says, "I see you have unlocked that which I have left within. A good thing that you have lasted so long, Jerry. I wondered if our little trick would work."
I assume there is nothing new about lore effects.
Well, since we last saw each other, I think a lot has happened. After you left us with quite the surprise. Futsunishi is certainly not what I expected, though I get the impression you were about as aware of him lurking along with you as you have been about me. Never mind all that now. What
I was
matters is that you are tapping into this power, and I hope that you will continue to do so. This war is far from over, and you, my friend, will be what is able to bring me back to the battlefield. Lorifax has shut me out long time ago now. She has created her own god of death, someone by the name of Levier. If you see or contact any other gods of death that are not me, do not trust them. They are working for Lorifax.
Yeah, I'll just nod.
One last thing before I go. This power I have left with you was meant to awaken when you learn to control your own inner chi. Now, I will grant you a little more, as there are a few tricks that I've got up my sleeve, and when the time comes, I hope that you'll call on me so that I might assist you. We have a lot of work to do together, and I hope you have not forgotten the bargain that you have made.
Did I miss something, or was it not Titans for moving me to the future?
Well, could have been. Had your titans been under our control for much longer after you left? Unfortunately, whatever backdoors you built in were quickly found by Lorifax, seeing as she had a passenger riding along with you.
What are you running along with me? Someone came from the past with the same capsule as me?
Someone was already residing within you when you arrived in our time. They called themselves Futsunishi, and the moment that you went into the chamber and you were sealed away, it was released. And let me tell you, it was quite a battle. It had the strength of a god, and it brought some kind of creatures into the world called Oni. If you have, I'm sure, in your time come across them again, they were difficult to deal with. I'm sure all of this will become clearer in time. If ever you need to contact me, just look inside yourself as you have done now, and the god of death will be there for you.
I'll just bow.
Okay. Yeah, as your vision ends, we'll go back to June for a second as you are just feeling that excitement flowing from underneath you. And then you will hear him say just one sort of line. I just need to double check my notes here. But are you doing anything inside your vision as you feel that underneath?
Yeah, June immediately tenses up as an immense amount of fear just builds up in her. This She puts on a brave face, but she's one of the most scared people you'll ever meet, and she is absolutely terrified at the moment. She's just hoping right now that it doesn't acknowledge. If she doesn't acknowledge it, it won't acknowledge her.
You'll hear him chanting now. There will be this, it sounds like multiple voices coming from underneath the water as you see these wisps of dark magic starting to flow up, almost like the surface of the water is catching fire, but just with these blackened flames. As you hear this voice coming out, and it tells you, when fire rains from the sky, my children will rise from the sea, and then on the darkest night to follow, I will join them. And that darkness will just start to like encroach all around you as you feel this hand once more rising from the waters to just almost clench you in its grasp.
Yeah, Jin is terrified as she tries to remember the phrase. It's wind, fire. What's the phrase?
Which, right?
The phrase you just said, when fire comes down and like children walk on the oceans or something like that.
But no, I just wasn't making it up as I said it.
Oh.
No, he said when when fire rains from the sky, his children will rise from the sea, and on the darkest night to follow, he will join them.
Okay. Yeah, as this dark hand, it feels like this dark hand reaches for her. She's gonna open her eyes to see what this thing is.
As you open your eyes almost into this darkness, but with that familiar sort of feeling of like dark vision that is granted to you, just in this grayscale, you see tendrils now rising up all around you, and it's not actually a hand, but it's just this mass of tentacles that rush towards you as though they stretch all the way across um, this pool that you were sitting in that seems to go on forever. And you can just see for miles around you there are these tentacles rushing, all to converge on where you are sitting. And as they start to wrap up around you, it is up to you whether that breaks your meditation or not. But it may explain why you didn't get quite as many hit points as you'd hoped.
Yeah, she's as these tentacles wrap around her, she literally just forces herself out of that meditative state, and she's just heavily breathing when she comes out.
Yeah, and with that, you will you join the rest of the group as everyone has had a rather nice, relaxing uh, meditation session.
when June goes to sleep or meditates or whatever, is alone with her mind, she never has a good time.
Yeah. So Hinaga will say, "All right, it looks like you're getting the hang of it. Quite the chakra coming off of you, Jerry. I look forward to seeing you fight." And he'll like take a peek around to see if he can spot anyone else like in their meditation. But as you have all felt this power, you'll understand what he was trying to share with you here, or what he was trying to teach you. And what would you guys like to do as your training essentially comes to the end, comes to an end for the day, and it is about 8:30 at night already.
Oh no. Yeah. I've made my token invisible. The Misty Step bug. I'm sorry.
You dingus.
How I still don't understand how you're doing that.
It happens from because I just Misty Step to get down because otherwise there's a wall. But the animation just didn't really play, and the lives are just gone.
Yep.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I think I might need to call it. My head has been throbbing, so I took some pain pills that make me sleepy. I've literally used like an entire box of tissues today. I think I'm at my limit.
Always 20 minutes before the sessions when you
I'm
can.
so sorry.
But yeah, okay. Feel
It's
better.
fine.
Thanks.
Hope you feel better, Sakura.
Thanks.
Yeah, I feel better.
Sorry for leaving early. Enjoy the rest of the session. I had a lot of fun. Yeah.
Mm.
Sure, you enjoyed nicking all my clones.
Yeah, I really did. That was. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Well, after every good meditation, you should probably eat properly. Good thing we're in a sushi.
Yeah, I could use a meal, I think.
Yeah, just as we're sort of going along, let's just say, June, got any skeletons in your closet?
I just don't like being alone with my thoughts for very long.
How come? Have you done some fucked up shit that is haunting you?
That and Jin is just completely withdrawn from the conversation and is just like gone to introvert mode.
I guess that would be yes.
Do I dare pry?
Probably not. But hey, you can try. Usually when she sulks,
I'll
she
do
doesn't really
this,
talk.
see what happens, but nothing else. If you want to even just completely ignore that.
Fuck me.
You know what? Let's see if my deception check is actually enough. Because she's given the outward appearance of I don't want to be bothered, but yeah,
Aww.
yeah. You like you see her and she has the basically the I don't want to be bothered, just leave me alone. But you see like underneath it, she is completely terrified. You've never seen June this scared before.
The
This
staff at the sushi place will immediately start serving up platters as they see you arriving, and General Mac will give them a wave like it's on them. As they start feeding you after training.
Yeah, Jerry places this Kabuto next to him and just eats. He's not saying a word.
Hey June,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to flip a coin and have one of us pay an Oban?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Which side of the coin are you taking?
Tails.
Tails?
Tails.
Alright. 1 for tails, 2 for heads. Unless this is a wrong one. That's heads.
Damn
It showed up heads, so I'll fess up. I'll pay an Oban.
it. Thanks.
Oh, it was a 50-50. Yep. I'll put an Oban on the table and just leave it at that. If they want to give us the equal amount in food, that's fine, but
Yeah, General Mac already paying for anything we take. You just give them
I
money
know,
for free.
but
Yeah, she will kind of say that to you, like, oh, thank you. So I mean, we're obviously happy to accept tips, but if just so you're aware, your clan will be paying for practically everything while you stay here in the city. Well, here on their account, and guests through the city itself.
oh, it's fine. I have my own wallet.
She'll not argue anymore and take the Oban. Thank you very much. And she'll bring you an extra side of maki, as you can see some of the good stuff. Say, when we've just gotten some kraken meat in, if you are interested, she'll make some kraken sashimi.
Yeah, you see here, June say, oh, I'm good. I didn't, but I'll just stick with the regular stuff.
I just can't help but wonder if that's the same crack that washed up.
It almost definitely is. It's very hard to find kraken meat, but you get the impression that it is being sold by Shira to the Lion Clan.
Oh. Yeah, let's have some. Seems we have a good day of training. But what's up tomorrow?
Whatever it will be, I'm sure this team can handle it.
I'll see.
Z just actually, can we get a few more? Just some water. I'm honestly, like, their clothes are all still charred, but it's like, yeah, good training today, guys.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm totally happy. That did you see the explosion I added to that shit? We got to send. I mean, picture it on the battlefield. You and I both create a bomb like that and just run it into the enemy. Would be unstoppable.
Yeah, we should have probably aimed a little bit towards the big dragon.
Tenshiro is alright.
I know, but well, I think it's very surprising that everybody, all of a sudden, just have so many stuff that they can do.
Um,
Everything is a
about
new
being
surprise.
summarized, huh?
Yeah. You know, when you go and think about it, you know, when we started all this shit, who would have thought that we'd be here?
Mm.
Fuck.
I mean,
Right, Jerry?
I'm no prophet, but I had an idea.
Into where it came from, it's definitely somewhere.
I mean, from what we've seen, I think some of us could still use some, I don't know, some practice, but definitely an improvement from when I met you guys. Cheers to gaining power.
Yes,
Gaining
to
power.
gaining power.
I'll drink
We're
into
definitely
that.
the bad guys.
To gain power. Ginger just puts her glass up first.
ASMR of Seto.
Sorry?
Are you drinking a beer right now?
No, I'm drinking a hell.
Oh,
We have our beers in bottle, bro. We don't drink from cans.
actually, you know what? Yeah, fair. That's better.
At least for me, it is. But like, we're famous for that shit, so.
With that, as you guys get into your sushi dinner and enjoy some nice kraken, which is surprisingly good. They definitely know what they're doing at this sushi place. You guys eat a nice hearty meal, and then yeah, it's getting kind of late. Are you guys going to move on from here and head back to the monastery, or is there something you'd like to do in the city before you go to bed?
Yeah, Gina's gonna leave like a little bit before everybody else, and she's gonna head straight to the barracks. Well, not barracks, the temple, whatever, the monastery.
Hmm.
Jerry will do the opposite and stay here a bit longer after everyone leaves. He'll just go for a walk around this town, around the city before heading back to the monastery.
Yeah, cool. So, been heading straight back. Jerry taking a stroll. What about Seto and Elias?
Yeah, probably have a drink, the two, and just going back to the monastery.
I think Soto would just probably go for an hour or just a good jog before heading back.
1,700 laps of the entire town.
Yeah, I mean, at the speed you move, you literally could go and check out some places you might not have yet. If you, I mean, I suppose between you and Jerry, as you're taking a stroll around, if there's a few places you haven't explored yet, like the graveyards, and there are. Actually, I don't know what else you haven't seen yet. There's Castle Shrine. We will follow soon back to the monastery.
Actually, Sato, what is your movement speed?
Just the base one is 70.
Cool, cool.
But you know, bonus, key points, feline agility.
Yeah, but would you be